Here in Worawora Senior High School, I do understand that there is Indum Group of Company here. I mean, a company that does processing of rice. But then I do understand that the students here, you know that they are very deep with STEM innovation. They've never had an opportunity to see how the industry, the company looks like. So today we're going to have a quick industrial tour. We're taking some of the students to the place to go and see how they do things over there. And it's going to be facilitated by teacher Abuaji here. Sir,
yeah.
Nice seeing you again.
Nice seeing you too, sir.
We really do appreciate all the good things we are doing for the people of Oti region when it comes to STEM innovation and all that. Now, where are we going?
So now we are going to Indus Group of Companies, which is a Indus Rice factory in Worawora. It's a very big factory who does a lot of processing of rice and packaging and a lot of things. So the manager is there waiting for us, and he will tell us more about what they do.
Amazing. Yeah. So are you people ready?
Yeah. Ghana, Burkina, Uganda, Gambia, Ethiopia, not only that, Rwanda, just to mention a few.
We showed up here to come and see Worawora Senior High, and then we got the info that there's a rice factory here. And you know, when you talk of Worawora Senior High School, it's a school that is really deep in STEM innovation when it comes to technological stuff. But I also got to understand that they've never had opportunity to be here before to see what their town has. Okay. So we use this as an opportunity to bring them here so that they can come for a short tour.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
I think I will take you guys through the machines, what we do, processing and everything, then we can discuss further.
Thank you very much.
This is an industrial dryer. Probably people have capacity that is bigger than this. So the mini one we have here is 1 ton. That takes about 10 bags of paddy, wet paddy. So this goes with electricity and then diesel. So instead of we using sun drying, we could use this for our drying services instead of we using the sun, probably when it's raining. And the adequate to have a good recovery from milling process, I think it's advisable you use the industrial dryer. Probably take like an hour for the drying, but sun drying was it like a whole day, without the work efficiency will be limited. But if for the upgrade or whatever you want to do, you have to go with the industrial dryer. That would be very effective during your processes and everything. But they have a bigger one, probably a 25 metric ton capacity for a factory like this. But this is what we have now, since we have limited operations. So I advise before we're going forward, we better do the extension and then bring in a bigger one. That will help with the facility operations. So before we go, this is the starting point with every production. If we want to mill, do everything, this is where we start. Probably you have a machine that checks the moisture content of whatever you are producing. So this is the starting point where we put the paddy rice that we've gotten the moisture content that we want to mill. Mostly it's fall within 12 and 12.5% to have a good recovery from the output. So this is the starting point where we put the paddy. It picks up from the elevators and go to the pre-cleaner. That's what takes the dust and then minor particles in the rice. Then it moves to paddy cleaner. Paddy cleaner is where we take out the straws and other water materials from the paddy. Then from paddy cleaner, it goes through the elevators and then it goes to destoner. Destoner is where it takes out the stones and other magnetic particles from the rice. And then it moves to huller. Huller is where we start the processing, hulling the rice, taking out the husks from the paddy. And then it goes to auto separator. That is why it separates the paddy rice from the processed one from the huller. So what it does is that the one that is not that well processed goes back into the huller to do the reproducing and then bring it back to the auto separator. From auto separator, we go to the mill 1. That's where we start all the process, milling process and other stuff. Then from there, it goes to mill 2. So the final product for the mill go to the miller 3. where it polishes to the whitening where we are looking for before it moves into the grader. The purpose for the grader is that it grades the rice in 3 equal parts. We have the facility or the standard of 3 sizes. That's grade 1, grade 2, and grade 3. So we don't have the 4 grades. We have 3. Grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. Mostly the grade 1 is the long grains where we use for plain rice, jollof rice, wache. And then the grade 2 mostly people use for rice balls. And then the grade 3, they have other stuff, they add them. And then they use for Tom Brown. So before, this is our control room. This is where we control all the machines that we have within our circles, what each machine does. This is where we pick up the channels, we control them with the machine. So this is the setup, that's the control room, and it takes off all the machines and the processing and everything. So from the grader, then we move to the color sorter room. So this side, the work of the color sorter is take out the unwanted material from the rice. We are looking at the whitening of the patty that we've milled. So this is the work of the color sorter to help take out the yellowish, probably the brown rice from the white ones, that they drop them down. Then we pick the white rice with the polish mill. This is where we look at the whitening of the rice. This is where they add water and other stuff for the polishing. Probably you look at the whitening of the rice, it is quite enough for you to sell or bag them, you go with it. But if you think there's a need for you to do the real polishing, then you use the color sorter to do that for the whitening to get an effective of what you are looking for. So that's the work of the color sorter and then the polisher. For the polish mill, you have to direct them to the storage bin, which we have them outside. So I'll show you around what that one also do. So this is the size of the storage bin. We've labeled them storage 1, storage 2, storage 3. So you have to transfer the rice to which storage bin you want them to be when you are done with the processing. From there, then it moves to the bagger. The bagger is where we're going to do the bagging when we are done with the rice. Probably milling, processing, and taking out the husk and everything. So the bagger bags the rice into kilos. You have to determine at which kilo you want to bag. If it's 1 kilo, it is 5 kilo, if it's 10 kilo, it is 25. There's an indication, a measuring point that you have to use. So that's the work of the bagger. So we have a control panel here where you have to do the indication or do the measurement of the rice that you want to bag. So if it is 5 kg, you have to use the monitor to regulate it, and then it moves from the bagger into the sacks that you want the rice to go. If it is 25 kg, you do the same thing here. You take out the measurement from this side before you bag. From the bagging point, you drop them here. There's a pallet mostly we use, and we pack them at the end. So it moves from the elevator and then comes to this end. From here, we bag the rice into the number of bags that we're looking for or we need, and then it goes straight to the warehouse. And we have a car for that. That's the forklift. That's the use of it to convey the rice from this point to the warehouse when we are done with the bagging. So I think that's the short introduction, probably milling process of what we have at Worawora Rice Mill. So this is an standard machines, international standard that do 3 tons per hour. That's the strength of the machine and what it does, 3 tons per hour. Probably because operations is not that effective. Could reduce, this is we halted operation for about 3 years. We're now putting aspect of perspective together to see how best we can revive the place. So I think that's a short note I can also add up to what we do here.
I would like to ask that over here we have some thread and then a machine over here, but we don't know what, you didn't tell us the functions. Because you said after, when it gets here, it will move from this place to this end, but this machine...
So that's the bagging side. Okay. The thread they probably use for the sealing of the sacks.
Okay.
You see, you have to seal the sacks after you weighing it is 5 kg, 10 kg, or 25 kg. This is the point that you use for the bagging. So the use of the thread is for the bagging and the sealing of the sacks after you've done with the measurements.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please, I'm seeing a big boxy thing here, but I don't know
You should look at they have an indication on them.
Yes, is it used for storing the already made rice?
Precisely, as I stated earlier. So the processed rice goes into the storage bin. So you have to position them, whether you want grade 1, grade 2, or grade 3 to be any of the
So
storage
is it
bin.
done after the bagging process is being done, or
No,
it goes
from the color sorter to the polish mill, then it goes into the storage bin. So they have a conveyor that conveys it from the storage bin to the bagger. That's the bagging unit.
Okay, thank you.
Please, talking about the dryer.
Okay.
In our school, we've developed a lot of projects that we use solar.
Okay.
So we want to suggest and ask if it's possible that that kind of solar thing is applied.
Can be implemented,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, we'll be glad. I think technology have advanced that changes happening each and every day. So instead of we using the old method and there has been an advancement, I advise that we will listen with you guys and see how best we can also put this initiative together to help the mill. If going forward, that's what we have to use. Then why not? We'll come on board and we'll do it together. So I appreciate for that initiative.
Mine is contribution.
Okay.
Yeah, as to just showing them the STEM thing that you've been doing in school.
Yeah.
You realize that we'll be using motors.
Yeah.
So these are the bigger. You've realized it. These are the bigger parts of this. The motors that is controlling all these things.
Okay.
And this looks like a stepper motor, which is what turning the whole thing.
Yeah.
We realize that each and every area has a certain motor that turns it. So that's the reason why you've learned all these things, all these motors. And you went to a place where it's called color sorting.
Yeah.
You saw that it's a color sensor, which is built inside.
Yes.
And then we can be able to use the color sensor to be able to detect each of them and then separate them. Then it gives instruction to the motors.
Okay.
So each and every environment has something to do with what we are doing in school. So I think you have to relate to it more often.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Please, I want to ask, what qualification does one need to work here?
Qualification for me, they say that it depends on the experience that you had in the rice business, probably the milling process of manufacturing, whatever that you do. For most people believe that you should have all the qualification in the world before you be employed. But I see it to be a different case altogether because maturity probably starts from the brain. If you're intelligent enough, it's not a matter of school that you've been or you attended. It's what you can do. So we go to Europe per se, they mostly give you the offer and they give you the training. They don't ask you what is your qualification. If they train and they realize that you are good at what you are doing, you've been employed. So when you come in, probably, let's say the limited one should be senior high school. If you have the brain, the intellect to do whatever work, it's not the certificate that you have. Certificate doesn't mean you are intelligent. It probably may acquire for someone else. But intelligence lies within your brain. So whatever you can implement should come from here. It's not what you have, a physical certificate or whatever. So I think from senior high school, with the manufacturing aspect, but when you're looking at the engineer aspect in general, we may need some more advancement technology aspect. So with that, I think the qualification will differ from when it comes to a floor member or probably a provider or maybe a procurement officer. Its qualification might be different. But I think the lowest one should be from senior high school.
Please, do you grow the rice yourselves?
Now we buy paddy from the farmers. Since the facility don't have a land within our academic area to be doing the farming. So we buy the paddy from the farmers and we do the processing. But we're looking at business expansion going forward, probably acquire land and then we start doing the farm as well. And the question that I asked in this aspect, it is very advisable to do that because it helps you to monitor the varieties you are producing. You get it? Because in this case, when you don't have a farm, you are doing mixed varieties. It's very difficult for you to have probably like agra from about 50 farmers within Worawora or 8 catchment area. But if you have a farm, this helps you to regulate the varieties that you are producing. You can say, okay, I want to produce jasmine, and that's what you do on the farm. You can say, oh, I want to produce agra, and that's exactly what you do. But in this aspect, you are buying from different farmers. So you are doing mixed varieties, which is very difficult to determine the brand that you are producing. So I think going forward, we also look at that.
Please, how long can it take you to process the rice and bag it?
For paddy, as I said earlier, paddy 3,000 kg per hour. So we do 25 metric tons a day. That's what we do here. We can mill up to 25 metric tons, excluding the bagging. We can mill 25 metric tons of paddy rice a day.
Please, some of us, you don't understand the 25 metric tons, so can you break?
25 metric tons, there are terms in the rice business that we normally use. You see, they have the sacks that they weigh, and one sack is 100 kg equivalent. So 110 is 1 ton. So you multiply 1,000, 10 plus 25. That will give you the 25 metric tons. So per ton is 10 bags of unprocessed paddy.
I would like to ask about the control system.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it manual or automatic?
It is automatic.
Automatic.
But you probably need people for the controlling.
Controlling,
Yeah.
but it's automatic.
Exactly.
Okay, in our project, we have a component called relay model.
Okay.
This one do the open and close circuit automatically.
Okay.
So I was just asking whether it's automatic or manual. If it is manual, then I advise that you can advance it by introducing the relay
automatic.
to
Okay.
the system. I want to ask about the bagging here. Over here, you said that the rice will come out of this and then into the sack. So will it stop automatically, or you have
Precisely.
to stop automatically?
Yeah, because of the measurement that you're giving it, the
Okay.
indication that you made earlier, probably you need like 5 kg to drop into the sacks. So the info that you're giving to the monitoring or the measurement is what we pick from the bagger and comes into the sack. If it's 25 kg that you want to come to the sacks, you take out with a measuring machine, and when you do that, exactly what you're going to receive from the bagging unit. So it is automatic.
Okay, thank you. I would like to ask about the platform here. This here is a platform, but I haven't said anything about it. So what is it used for?
Is it a?
Yeah.
It was a platform that was meant for staff. They have other things they wanted to set up here, but it didn't go as planned. So that's what was left unattached. So we'll see how.
So there's a machine also here. This machine.
This is the mini conveyor that pick the rice. You can put a pallet, probably rice about 25 bags or 5 kg.
Will you push it?
You push it, and then you send it to the warehouse. So
Okay,
this is the manual one that you have to use your hand to do it.
There's also a scale at the back here.
Yeah, yes. So that's from your measuring units. When you do 5 kg and you want to be sure of the kilos from the bagging units, you put them on the scale and then you detect whether the 5 kg is exactly what you're looking for or not. When you find out from here that it's more than 5 kg, then you check out for the measuring unit as well to make sure you have an adequate measurement for whatever you want to do.
Then I'm just saying this to let our minds get back to what we were doing in school.
Okay.
What Senior Moses talked about, the bagging.
Okay.
You said that you have a measurement whereby you've set inside. So like when the rice is coming, it comes as 5 kg.
Yes.
So let's say what we are doing at the school is like a sensor. So I think sensor is also there to control the unit of the rice coming out.
Yes.
So when it comes out and it reaches at a point where it must stop, then it stops.
Yes.
So relating that to what we did in school is the same thing.
Okay. So in this, what can you do to advance it more?
Do research.
Going forward.
We've not gone there.
I want to hear from you.
Still talking about the information being given to the system to work. I think back in the school, that's an Arduino board that we also put in informations that control how a system that we build is supposed to work. Right? Yeah. So
I also plead with you to help me with this. I would like you to put a sensor in the storage bin where when the rice goes into the bin to give an indication that, it's up to the level that we are looking for. So this is something I'm also asking or pleading that you could also put ideas together. Already you have that initiative that you're putting up, but I'll plead with you to also see how best you can set up such what I'm asking for, and then we'll help with the process so that we don't have to check from the angles that whether the rice have got it to the level. But when you do the sensor for us, that will help us a lot to do the monitoring. So.
Okay, currently, about 3 days ago, we started with a water level sensor.
Okay.
So that senses the level of water.
Okay.
When the water level gets closer to the sensor.
Okay.
So with that, I think we can add more knowledge to build what you're asking.
Another contribution in relation to whatever you are studying, you realize that at every point they have a control system, and even a smaller control system. Then we have the main one which is controlling the whole thing. So the same thing that we have that we've been doing in school. So we have your boards and everything, your board which you can use to control the whole system. So you just relate it to it, as I keep on saying, so that when we go back, you'll be able to come up with an innovative ideas about what is here, what we can do, and then to help improve whatever thing that we have here.
Okay.
Please, the machine is over there. What is this used for?
Mostly where we want to get, if there's any breakdown or we want to use a power system, probably the electricians that use this for that. But there's a breakdown with this machine, so currently we're not using it.
We know how the factory works and then how the machines work. But I want to know the products that what you produce here, what end product of your work.
Okay.
I want to know more.
We want to see samples.
Yes, want to see samples of
products what we have. Okay,
yes.
That's great.
Yes.
I think production halted for 3 years when we had challenges with GN Bank issues and other stuff. So the place was not that effective or not running smoothly.
Okay.
So we have to step in gradually and see how best we can revive the company for sitting idle for, let's say, 3 years to 4 years. Okay. So now we have samples of the product that we produce here. That's the Worawora rice.
Worawora rice.
Locally made in Ghana.
Wow.
The group Indum Foods. That's the label here, Worawora Rice More Limited. And then Worawora rice. We all know Dr. Papa Kwesindum. He is probably the shareholder of this facility.
Okay, okay.
So that is the brand, that's the product what we have. So we have from 1 kg, 5 kg, 10 kg, 25 kg. Okay. And as I indicated earlier, we put them into 3 grades. That's grade 1, grade 2, and grade 3. So grade 1 for this is grade 1, 5 kg. So probably you can use this for plain rice, jollof rice, wache. And then grade 2 start from the 25 kg. That you can also use it for normally rice balls. And then grade 3 will be the other additives you can add for Tom Brown. Okay. So this is what we have, and these are products. So very soon, we're looking at going to food production.
Okay.
We'll have to do the business expansion, where we can also employ people within Rara, spread the rice, not just in Africa, but worldwide. We have to educate people also to, have interest in the local made rice. That's exactly what is going to help us.
It's a very good initiative.
Exactly, and that's what we have to start taking, so that we also limit our importation of rice into the country. Okay. And help for local businesses also grow, and then help the farmers to also encourage them to produce more of locally made. And let's support our black men businesses so that we also excel. That the white people also believe that, yes, we can do it.
Yes,
and it's
we can do it.
Yes.
So on behalf of Rara Senior High School, High Schools Africa, I want to thank you for hosting us here, taking us on a tour, and broadening the knowledge of the students. Okay. We can't be grateful enough. We also thank you on behalf of the Regional Education Director, Nana Kugbeyajo Bakatai II. We are looking forward that production will start very soon, and then some of us will go into rice farming so that we can supply you with rice.
Enough paddy.
Yes, enough paddy. The rice is called paddy.
Paddy rice.
Paddy rice.
Processed one.
Yes. So thank you very much for everything. We are so much grateful.
So on behalf of Rara Rice Mo, I want to say thank you very much for visiting. And then we're looking forward for how best we can also lease with the STEM Ghana Teacher Abuaji being a good friend, advisor, and all this while. So how we can also help the community in general, the rice business as well, and then attach it with technology to see how we can advance and then help to promote the community. And then what other aspect that we have to put together too, we can all come on board with the little knowledge that we have, with the community, the help with our leaders and other stuff. We can also do this together and then we achieve the attainment together.
Awesome.
Ghana, Burkina, Uganda, Gambia, Ethiopia, Rebecca,